Hello and welcome back to another beautiful day on the farm in Bloomfield, Canada. Join me. It's the day after the last episode. It's a pretty good day. Our chickens are doing very, very well. Like, very well. So much so, I think we only have room for like another 5. So once these ones all grow up, we will have damn near 100 full-grown chickens popping out eggs every day, and it'll be good news. Hopefully, we can get a couple more pallets of eggs, because I know you can make a good amount of money with eggs. In case you didn't know, we are playing on medium or normal difficulty on this playthrough, so it's not super easy, but not super hard. At the same time, our grass is almost ready. The one field on the other side is fully ready to harvest, but I want to wait for these 2 main fields to catch up so we can do all the grass work all in one go next time. We run over here, and you can see I did get all our straw put away. We had, I think it was 120 or 130,000 liters here. I can't quite remember if I took a screenshot of that or yeah, you can do the math. This one bale here is, oh, I thought that was a small bale. 5,000. I had a medium size. No, I sold the medium size bale. Right. We have 130,000 liters of straw here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 piles of 3, which is 15,000 liters each, plus these 2 up here. Let's just fix this bale because I know it's probably bugging some of you fine folks out there on the interwebs. Yes, I know I just did say interwebs. There we go. So that's looking pretty good. I did get our bale wrapper that we bought in the last episode. I didn't plan that, by the way. This is just randomly popped up in the used vehicle selection. And I was like, ooh, that'll help us out big time. It was just good RNG. Speaking of sales, there we go. That's our next purchase right there. Imagine if we could afford that, we wouldn't have a job for it. We would have nothing for it to do. It would just be it wouldn't even fit in my lawn for a lawn ornament. So we're still doing good on hay, good on straw. Our sheep are plugging away. We've got 369 liters worth of wool. They're easy. They're background stuff. They will reproduce. I think this pen holds, I don't know how many this pen holds. If I come over here, it'll tell me. It'll hold 50. So they've got more than enough room to reproduce. So that'll be good. There is very few things to actually do today. But the one thing that I do want to do is hop in the skid steer over here. Drop that off. We need the pallet fork. I want to move the tomatoes. Now, there's a lot of water. Like a lot of water in that greenhouse still. It holds 20,000 liters worth of water. But I want to sell the greenhouse. And I remember in one of the last episodes we were talking about getting an open air garden. And maybe putting it behind the house. And we might still do that. But as it sits right now, I think it would be better if we tried to keep them here. And I feel like I did remove a few of the smaller trees from behind this. I feel like we could fit at least 2 open air gardens side by side here. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm just going to move these tomatoes out of the way. We're not going to sell them right now because A, I don't think we have a very good price for them. And B, I just need them out of the way. Oh, where shall we put you? I don't want to get too close to that trailer because then it'll just automatically start loading. And I don't know if we're going to be selling tomatoes or producing tomatoes in the new open air garden. We will also have to move our tap there by the looks of it. But there is a new mod out that is a water delivery system. So you put water into this tank and it distributes it to all your greenhouses or any production that requires water. Which I think is something we would probably also do, and I think it's something that we can afford as well, just because the open air gardens are like $2,000 each without the landscaping cost. So if we hop down into the construction, we can sell this $3,398. Not bad. Pretty good return on investment. Sell the small water pump for $48. Not bad either. Okay. Now, production. Greenhouses. There's also something I would like to try, and it's these. The olive grove tree, you would use... There's like a little harvester that clips onto the front end of a front loader, and you use that to shake the tree. I think that's really cool. That's the way I've seen olives be harvested before. That's something I wouldn't mind trying in the future, but that's not what we're looking for right now. What we're looking for right now is some greenhouses. Maybe I should just do a little bit of landscaping here first, just so that I know I'm not screwing myself over. So we'll just take away some of those bushes there, figure out where the actual tree line is. Forest ground. Yeah, let's make it a little mossy, you know, just add a bit of character, I guess. And I think that's everything. Greenhouses. Open air garden. Now, that's not going to quite fit, so we're also going to want to level the terrain. I think that's leveling it. Looks like it's leveling it. The leveling tool deletes grass, so I'm just trying to be somewhat careful here. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Third time's the charm, right? Okay, so that looks better. So we should be able to plunk you there. And now I'm not sure if they come out the side. And if they come out the side, I want to leave a decent amount of room. That like lifted them up again, but I think that should be alright. I think. Storage is empty. That looks okay, I think. Yeah, because these are gates that open, so they wouldn't go right onto the ground anyways. I'm not sure if the pallets spawn here. They spawn out the back. We're kind of SOL. I hope they don't spawn out the back. They spawn down the side. We'll just have to push them out with the skid steer or by hand. So these productions require manure or solid fertilizer as well. But you can also just do them with straight water. So obviously the seeds and manure, you use less water. And the seeds and solid fertilizer use more water and less manure. And you get the same output by the looks of it. And why do the straw? Oh, because that's why. So these are all the high yielding stuff. Corn would definitely be pretty good. You get 192 liters worth of that. So I'm not sure if we should really be doing solid fertilizer. It'd probably be the easiest to buy and transport. But look at all the goodies that we can have out of here. We can do your standard tomatoes, lettuce, and strawberries. We can do potatoes, sunflowers, sugar beets, soybeans, corn, and cotton. The cotton's definitely interesting. I'm not sure if it spawns it in a pallet or if you gotta pull it out. But if we ever do get the spinnery for our wool, that would definitely help, because doing a cotton harvest is way out of our realm, especially here in Canada. That's just not going to happen. So I guess the only thing left to do is get some water. Now our water tanker is also very small, so what can we do to help out our water situation here? This holds 6,056 liters worth of water, and I'm pretty sure there is a modded version of that somewhere. Where are the price points? This is the one that we own. It only holds 1,000 liters, which takes a while to fill anything up. That's $8,000 for 6,000 liters, and I'm pretty sure there's also something in miscellaneous that's about the same. This is the harvester I was talking about for the olives. So you see how you butt that into the tree, and those green fins fold around, so it looks like that. And it shakes the tree violently, and the olives fall off. That's pretty cheap too, so it is something that we could potentially look into down the road. It's not super fitting to Canada, but it's diversity, so there's that. So there's this one here which holds every sort of liquid. It only holds... We can make it hold 15,000 or 10,000 liters for an extra $500, which isn't super realistic. But at the same time, if we do the water thing, that would take a lot of water. So Slurry Spreader, unreal. That's just standard liquid fertilizer. Slurry, unreal. Yeah, let's just do that. And we should also put a license plate on it because it's a trailer to go down the road. Okay. It's got a plate on it now, and it does down there. We will buy that for $8,500. And the other thingy-majigger that I'm talking about, production. Would it be in production? I guess it's technically a factory since it can distribute things. Right here. Water distributor. It's $5,000. And I'm not sure where we should actually put it. I think I'm going to put it like... If I tuck it around in this corner, that'll just make it a pain to get into, I think. What if I put it over here somewhere? And I'm pretty sure you can get the water back out of it too, so that's alright. Can't complain there. And I think this would be a decent job for the gator. I'm hoping the gator will hook up. If I drive the gator all the way down there and it doesn't hook up, I'll be mighty upset. But I'm pretty sure the gator hooks up to... Ouch. That wasn't very Canadian of you. Asshole. I'm pretty sure gator hooks up to this. If I don't just knock it right out of the way. You know what? I don't think it will hook up to this. I don't think it will. Can I push you back around into a better spot? Please? Thank you. Oh, it does hook up. Sweet. Doesn't hook up well, but it does hook up. Can I squeeze out of here, please? Oh, now I'm pushing my plow. This just isn't working out very good. This isn't working out at all. I mean, we've already got 1,000 liters in here, so we might as well dump it into the tank. And... if I open up the production chains and change to distributing, I'll be able to overload into there. And that should just send it out to whatever needs it, which everything does need it. I'll run this down, sell off this container, and pick up our new trailer. Repaint for $11 and sell for $844. Ooh, breaking the bank there, selling that. Okay, so I hooked this up to the pickup, to the flatbed, because we don't actually have a water source on the farm anymore because I sold it. But there is a pond just down here that I think I could probably fill up from. And look at that, there's even a nice little trail right down here that I could back up into. You just look at that. Free water. Free water? Free water, maybe? Bueller? Bueller? I have to open up a cover or something? Hello? Maybe I accidentally selected the wrong one? Maybe? I'm confused. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull into our farm here. I'm gonna buy one more thing, which... Oh yeah, we've got a water thing right there. We've got this water trough right here by the house. Yeah, I can fill up from that, but these fill up real slow, so maybe I just can't fill up from that pond over there. Maybe that's the case. But these fill up real slow. This is going to take a very long time. But I am going to buy one more thing here, and that is under tools. And this little bastard right here, a little toolbox for $750. Now, wherever I place it, it will always respawn at. So let's just stick you right about there. And I can come and pick you up and move you wherever I want. And the next time I reload the game, you will be right back there. Works out all right. Play nice, toolbox. Okay, and this, if I customize it, it just says Unreal 10,000 liters. It doesn't say the Slurry Spreader or the liquid fertilizer. So we should be alright, I think. Right? I would hope. One would hope. Alright, well, I'm going to fill up the distribution tank over there. And then we'll get the greenhouses started, which will be a while. So I'll see you when we get all that sorted. Here's everything loaded. We've got our 6 big bags worth of seed, and our 4 pallets of solid fertilizer. That's 20,000 liters of solid fertilizer and 6,000 liters of seed. I think this truck is overloaded. To be honest with you, I think the trailer's probably even overloaded with just 10,000 liters of solid fertilizer on it. The truck doesn't like to stop. And the rear suspension is squatted out pretty bad. I tried putting all the fertilizer on the bed of the truck, and the front tires came off the ground. So that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. We'll definitely put our 4-ways on and make the slow trek back to the farm. Okay, and up here at the farm, it looks like it's just taking it right off the back of the truck. I think we're gonna run out of seeds. We ran out of seeds. Okay, so it's 2 pallets of fertilizer each. Just 10,000 liters of fertilizer. As you can see, we got almost 300,000 liters of water in there. And it looks like... Looks like it's 10,000 liters of seeds each. Which would mean we'd need another 14,000 liters worth of seeds to fill up both. Now, I'm hoping that's going to last a fairly long time, especially with the... Yeah, it looks like it's 1 seed, 1 fertilizer for everything. Yeah, 1 seed, 1 fertilizer, and a boatload of water to make that. So, can we afford 14,000 liters worth of seed? I don't know. I don't know. That's 8,000 liters of seed. Is there a cheap seed pallet? I can't remember. I don't think there is. No, it's not looking like it. There's this one here. We need 14,000 liters. That's $13,000. Yeah. Well, let's just start off with another 6 bags of this. Just $4,800, and we'll make sure it goes into this greenhouse here on the right hand side. It's the downfall of having the trigger so big is now driving in, this one here is just going to get most of it. But we'll just drive through as quickly as we can. And I'm going to drop this trailer off to make it easier for turning around. We'll just load the seeds up in the back of on the flatbed here. We'll figure it out. Don't you worry. It'll get figured out. I'll see you once we get back up to the farm with another 6,000 liters worth of seed. Oh, hit and run. Oh, hit and run again. Well, this time it's not a run because I can't run anywhere. Yeah, you're honking at me. Alright, buddy. Alright. This time we did a little sneaky through the hedges. Just to make sure that we get 6,000 liters worth of seed into this greenhouse. Now, we gotta ask the $1 million question on what are we actually putting in? What are we gonna grow? Because it's all fine and dandy that we filled it all up and we've gone through $30,000 pretty quickly, but what are we actually going to put into these? What is going to make us our money back? And where is the trigger to start working on these? Do I actually have to physically open the gate to walk in here? I do. I don't know where the actual trigger is. I'm really hoping it doesn't spawn the things at the back, but I guess we'll find out. It could spawn the things along the side. This button. Productions. What are we gonna do? Should we do one that, well, they're all gonna make money. That's the thing. There's nothing to really pass on for further productions because we don't have any productions. So I think I'm gonna do corn in one. That's the seeds. That's that one. Look at that. There's some corn. Started going through some of the stuff already. And in this one, soybeans, no. Cotton, maybe? Maybe cotton. I know cotton makes really good money and it makes 64 out of it. That one makes 192, but cotton makes a pretty good amount of money. Soybeans only uses half the water. And that would make 128 compared to that for 2 cycles. Let's do cotton. Let's just do it. Because why not? Might as well try. So we've got 2 open air gardens. One making cotton, one making corn. Now, we could also use these to make pig food, which is one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to experiment with them, because if they work good, we could use this to make pig food. Like, if you watched this series before, you know we don't really have the means to really plant and harvest and stuff like that. Like, what you see around here is what you get. We've got one tractor with 50, maybe 60 horsepower. I think it's up to 60 horsepower now. Almost 100 chickens, a skid steer, a truck, and a gator with a fertilizer spreader on it. We've got a baler. We just bought this bale wrapper. Like, we have no abilities to grow the crops needed to buy or to make pig food. And I kind of want to do pigs. We're a small farm. We're a homestead. We're going to be animal centric, which pretty much means we need hay for the most part. We need hay. We did a contract. We got some straw. And we've got the bale wrapper so we can make silage. So it would be good for cows. Our sheep are fine with hay and or grass. Our chickens, we bought the barley. To be honest with you, we could have kept that barley, but we've got no place to store it. So we could buy stuff in bulk, but we just don't really have the necessity or the place for it. We could buy a gravity wagon and store it in that, but I'm not sure if we even have any gravity wagons in the game that have like a tarp over the top. And you wouldn't store anything in a gravity wagon that doesn't have a tarp. Gravity wagons you can normally pick up fairly cheap at an auction, and you would throw a tarp over top of it, make like a little lean-to to make sure you keep all the water and stuff out of it. This has a tarp here. I think it does. But that's also $21,000. That's like a brand new gravity wagon. You're not going to be buying a brand new gravity wagon. You'd want something like this, only with a tarp. It's not going to be super big to store bulk feed for chickens. No tarp on this one either. That one's a little bit bigger and a little bit more expensive, but that's something. What about you? Cover support. So this one has a cover, but once again, it's $20,000. And we would also need like a wheelbarrow or something to put the feed in, because there's no way that we're backing this thing up to dump into the chickens realistically. I mean, in the real world, you just open the chute, you shove a bucket under there, you flip open the flap and let some pour out, but Farm Sim kind of limits us when it comes to stuff like that. So for storing bulk crop, even if there is a place to buy bulk crop on this map, which I'm not sure there is, I'd probably have to put one down. We're pretty much SOL. So buying it in pallets, the $1,000 pallets for 5,000 liters is pretty much our only option for buying in bulk. Quotation marks, bulk. So yeah, we're just gonna have to continue doing that for now. So as it sits, like, if we want to do pigs, because pigs are unique and they don't get done very much, and we want to be animal centric, realistically, you would want to have pigs on your farm for bacon and stuff like that. Like, it's definitely easy to sell. They're not as profitable as your cows and your milk, but pigs are a little bit faster turnaround. Same with sheep. Sheep and pigs are kind of fast turnaround. Cows are not. They're a long-term investment. Chickens, super quick. Eggs every day, you could sell it. Sell it at your local farmer's market, depending on the situation you have. You could sell fresh chicken almost every week if you want to butcher them yourself, or frozen farm chicken. Depends. I think that's about it for this in-game day. I'm not sure how long this episode has gone on, because we haven't really done much. I think I'm probably going to edit most of it out. But we've got our 2 new greenhouses for the price of 1. Let's see if we can get a pallet to spawn out, because there's nothing left to do today anyways. The animals are taken care of. I'm gonna move this truck just in case. The animals are taken care of. The field isn't ready to harvest. Yeah, we could do a contract, but we did a contract yesterday in the last episode, so I'm really not sure how these things spawn out. Oh, that spawned out a pallet of corn. Okay. And they do spawn along the side. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? So that means we just have to slide them out with the forklift or the skid steer or by hand, which I mean isn't a big deal. But those are producing pretty good. Come on into 7 a.m. We'll call it 7. We'll start our day at 7 a.m. There's our day started. Look at all this corn. Each one of these is 1,000 liters of corn. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What about... Get out of here, tree. We've got 2,000 liters. Cotton. Wow. That's pretty good. And you can see that's even dried out. Like, it's ready to harvest now. The corn keeps switching by the looks of it. We're going to need a bigger trailer, you know? Now, I'm not sure if this trailer will even auto-load those. I guess it's time to find out. You can pick these up by hand? I'm not in super strength. Oh, that trailer will not auto-load them. Okay. Well, we'll just stick you right back there so another one doesn't spawn. Speaking of spawning, when can you get the best price for corn? How are sheep doing? Sheep are doing good. They're running a little low on water. We'll top those guys up here shortly. Chickens doing good, doing good. We are now at 100 chickens. The last breed only bred 4, so that pen is now full. So now it's just a matter of time to get all these chickens up to at least 6 months, I think it is, for them to start laying eggs. And we will be at capacity for that pen. That's pretty cool. And the fields. The fields should all be ready to harvest in their final growth state. Run over here. Would you look at that? Looks good. Looks good. So I think I'm going to start mowing most of this grass, and I'll do most of that off camera, I think, because you've seen me mow not too long ago. And it's a sickle bar mower, so it takes some time. Well, to be fair, it's kind of relaxing just hearing the go along, but yeah. I'm going to mow all this. And I think we're going to do this big field here a silage. We're going to make this all into silage, and we'll do the small field over there in hay, because we are still doing pretty good on hay. But we'll make this into silage, and we'll be able to sell that in a couple of days. Wouldn't that be cool? So we'll jump over into our John Deere 710. Trusty dusty tractor. Not actually that dusty right now, so that's even better. We'll get hooked up to this mower, and I will see you when the mowing is done. Now, I know I said I was going to get the mowing done off camera, and I kind of got a little carried away, if you can't tell. I did get the mowing done. If that isn't obvious. I got the mowing done. I tedded this field. Well, first I raked the outside to get all the grass away from the border. to make it easier for tedding. I tedded it. And now I just finished windrowing it. The other field, the big field, the field of 2 that I'm calling 1 for simplistic sake, that's all raked up as well. So now it's just time for baling. And we have a lot of baling to do. We can only make 125 centimeter bales. We got the big field. I came in the wrong driveway. Oh boy. Let's just cut through the trees here. Thankfully I don't have a cab on my tractor, or else it would get all scratched up. Just have to duck. That is the one nice thing about having a cabless tractor, is you can fit under tight spaces. So we'll just shove this into my gator, apparently. Let's try that again, shall we? There, that's a good enough spot for it. I'll drop you off there, and we'll get hooked up to the baler. And yeah, we've got a lot of baling to do. I'm going to bale up the silage here first, because even though the hay is technically hay already, I just want to let it sit out and dry a little bit longer, if you know what I mean. I don't know what it is, but every time I am doing things off camera, I always seem to bump the time all the way back to 0.5. So if you guys really wanted to know how long it took me to do everything, you could probably look at the hour meter on the tractor, or realize that for every minute I did, it was only a minute of in-game time. So here we are. We've got a couple big swaths down here. We've got half a tank full of hay already. You know what? Maybe I should just finish this hay bale with hay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll pop one hay bale out, and then we'll come and do the silage, just so I'm not wasting any of the grass, because we are probably going to sell most of this silage, if not all of it. We might keep a bale, maybe 2 of the silage for our own consumption, and we're going to sell the rest of it. Because we can't afford to buy cows right now anyways, even if we wanted to. So there's no real point of keeping a whole boatload of silage if we can't even use it. Right? Right. Let's just try to come and get some of these big piles taken care of a little bit to make it a little bit easier. Pick up some of these little end bits to begin with, because there's some pretty big piles. And we'll drop the bale right about here, I think. Enough spot for it. Perfect. Turn it off, pick it up. 1 bale of hay. That's all we get. 1 bale of hay. I mean, we do have a pretty good stockpile of hay to begin with. We've got that full row over there. And I don't know where we're going to store more hay. I think I'm going to have to build another shed, because that storage is getting filled up pretty quick. Now, I kind of went a little overboard with the straw. I don't think we needed as much straw as we got. 100,000 liters of straw is going to do us for a very long time. It is. But at the same time, that means we don't necessarily have to do another harvesting contract anytime soon, which, good or bad in a way, depending on who you are or how you look at it. These grass bales are only 3,500 liters, so they're going to fill up even faster, because I'm pretty sure the hay bales are 4,500 liters, I think. Grass is still a little more dense, a little more heavy. So far, so good. We're able to fit this whole swath in the mouth of the baler, so that's good. I honestly thought some of these that we were going to have to hit twice, and who knows, we might still have to hit them twice. So I've also been thinking, now that the new ADCO swather has come out. Maybe that could be something we work towards on the farm. I know it's a little bit big, especially for us, but I don't know, it just kind of seems to fit the older school style, because I think it's an older model. I don't think it's a brand new model that's in the game. Now, I could be completely wrong, and please do feel free to correct me down below in the comments. But I don't know, I feel like it looks really cool. I feel like it would be a decent fit. It would help us out tremendously, because the one that we would go for, which is the smaller, the small mower, which is like just under 5 feet, that would be good because it can cut and make hay directly, so no need for tedding, and it swaths it, so no need for raking, which I think would be pretty cool. And it doesn't mean we have to jump right out and grab a massive tractor to get an upgrade in our mowing capabilities. Yes, it's a complete other piece of equipment, and it's not cheap. It's really not that cheap. Now, it's something we would probably have to take a loan out for. I know, our first loan. But there is no rules against taking loans in this series. And we're full. I should have noticed that a lot sooner than what I did. Yeah. So there is no rules against taking out loans. The swather itself, I think, is $100,000, and then the mower piece is probably like another 20. So we could probably put down a decent downstroke, especially after we sell some of this silage. Oh, we are full again. Now, I'm not expecting to become a millionaire after one cut of silage, but silage is worth some pretty good money, and as it sits right now, it's the only thing that we really have that will make us good money. We can sell the hay and we can make alright money off of hay, but it's nothing compared to silage. Now, do I want to get the swather before I go and get into cows? That is another very good question. Because with the cows, we're going to have to... I don't want to say we're going to have to ramp up our production, because as it sits right now, I'm not even sure. We just expanded the other field, the first field, the hay field, a little bit more than what it was the last time we cut it. And the last time we cut this field, it wasn't the full field that we cut. So, yeah, like, I'm really going to have to take a step back and calculate all these bales and the actual amount of literage, how many liters we got off the field, not necessarily how many bales, because we can switch them up and do a full harvest of both the fields as hay or both the fields as silage, which will definitely dramatically change the amount of bales that we produce. So I just want to figure out exactly how many liters we can get off our fields. If we can figure that out, then Scroft has a really good video on how much feed they will actually consume. Cows will, and all animals actually, over the course of, I think, 48 months, he calculates it out to, because they don't consume the same amount of food compared to how old they get. So I think they start eating more food and then a little less. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but he's got a great video on it going over all that stuff. He put that out when the game pretty well came out. Well, it's an older video now, but as far as I know, all the information's still accurate and up to date, I think. So yeah, I've got some fiddling around to do. I'm not going to be able to get that little piece, am I? I am not. But I'm going to try to get all these little bits, every last one of them. So then we can calculate how many grass bales we get. Because depending on how many grass bales we get is also depending on how many liters we get. That makes sense. I hope it made sense. Kind of made sense in my head. Oh, yeah, we got another little piece over here. That'll put us over 100% guaranteed, so I won't grab that big strip first. I'm not the biggest fan of this baler. The side pickup is kind of close to the tractor itself, and it just doesn't look the greatest. The baler itself looks fine, it's just I don't feel like it's super fitting for the area. The age of the baler is spot on, but other than that, yeah. So far, so good. We've got these 2 main strips left to do. And just a few little odd bits here and there. Stragglers, you know. The raking and the mowing takes so long, and then when you get to the baling, it just speeds along. When you're raking, the piles, like the swaths, look absolute massive compared to the little rake, and you're like, oh man, these are big fields, big swaths. And then when you get in here with the baler, it's like, oh, okay, it's not as big as what I thought it was. You get a big piece of equipment in these fields, and you're like, Jesus, these things are small. But with the small equipment, you're like, yeah, these are big, good-sized fields. Funny how your perception changes on things. The last main swath here. There we go. And now for all the little stragglers and little bits here and there. If I can grab them, I'll pick them up. Wow. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 bales. I think. And these stats are going to be all screwed up because I haven't exited the game yet from the last time. It says 24 bales produced. Maybe I did. Oh, because it was a right. Those don't show up on created bales, I don't think. So yeah, 23 bales. And if we get this last one out here, it'll be 24. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Because we popped out that one hay bale. Oh, it tells me right there. Right, I didn't even need to do all that. I didn't need to count. I didn't need to test out my mathematical counting capabilities. All I needed to do would be press F1. All I would have needed to do, press F1. And my question would have been answered. At least I will know for next time. We get that little piece we did. Driving around in circles. We're at 85%. Thankfully, we've got a bunch of hay that we can just top it off with. Yeah, I think that's alright. We'll grab a little bit of hay. We'll kick out the last bale. We'll grab the bale wrapper. We'll grab that bale in that field, and then we'll wrap up all these bales over here to start the fermenting process as soon as possible. And then in the next episode, we will bale up the hay, or what's left of the hay, and we will do some calculations, and we'll do some math, and we'll figure out exactly how many liters we can produce off a field per cut, or off our farm per cut as it sits, and if we will need to expand or not. And the bale wrapper is over in this side as well, so we'll just take the baler over here, drop out that bale, grab our new fancy dancy used new to us bale wrapper. I cannot I honestly didn't plan that at all, having this come up in the store. I have no idea even if you can put things into the store. I'm sure you can. I'm sure it would be in like some sort of a file somewhere. I have no idea how to do that. I'm not technically savvy enough to do that. So believe you me, it was I was just as surprised as you were. It looks like it's wrapping faster. Oh, maybe not. Can we beat this white car? No, we cannot beat that white car. The white car beat us though, so that's alright. First silage bale wrapped. This is going to take a little bit, so I'll do the rest of this off camera, to be honest with you. This is the second episode in a row that I've recorded for this, which means I am going to be busy editing to be able to make it so you fine folks can watch this dumpster fire of content creator. I'm all over the place, you know me. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you like me and you like what I do here, hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot to me. And if you do enjoy the content that I put out, you might as well ring that bell, because my upload schedule isn't even a schedule. It's just anytime I get time to put out a video, make sure to ring that bell. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. It means a lot, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!